Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, and like every Wednesday, I'm here with my good friend Beth English. We're going to talk about you may be overthinking your social media posts, and that is preventing you from succeeding in social media. So let's talk about that very soon. Hi, Beth. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I am moving to Nashville today. Today.
Awesome, awesome. Do you need some help carrying stuff around?
I wish I could have all you guys help, but I think I got it and I'm all ready to go. So I'm looking forward to getting back to my community there and my friends. And so
Mhm.
that's something big that's happening with me today.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, we want to wish you best of success, best of luck on the trip. Be careful,
Thank
be
you.
safe. And that means that next time when we'll have our Wednesday chat, you'll probably be in Nashville, right?
That's right.
Excellent. We're looking forward to that. And for our friends who do not know, if you just kind of started following us recently, Beth and I, we met when Beth was in Nashville. And then during early in the pandemic, she moved to Texas. And now, so we follow her in her journey. And now we're following her back on her journey to back to Nashville, which is great. And that's a place that I love. We have many friends there, and many of them thanks to Beth who introduced us to them. So super.
Yes.
Well, Beth, today let's talk about something that I've been chatting with a lot of my friends here in my community about overthinking it. Sometimes overthinking the post, of what should I post on social media becomes the thing that also the biggest obstacle that prevents us from actually posting or actually, getting to our day because, we get stuck in like, okay, what should I post? What should I post? And I know many artists who sometimes start the post, try the caption, before they click send, they change their mind, delete it. Maybe the picture was not the best. So, um, kind of like posting and not being sure if it's the right post or the right picture or the right caption. And a lot of those things kind of, first of all, creating overwhelm, right? Because we feel like, the weight of it. And then also, you are not enjoying the process of, being part of creating your building your audience. And third, of course, preventing you from actually showing up. So something I myself as an artist and with the things that I do, I had to get over. I really had to teach myself to get over that hurdle. So how does that sound for you, Beth, for a conversation today?
Oh my gosh, that's a great topic. I understand that there is that posting anxiety
Yeah,
that we all feel sometimes when it comes to sharing something because when we share online, we're being vulnerable. And
exactly.
and when we feel vulnerable, we just don't want to disappoint and we want to disappoint ourselves. So
Mhm.
I've been having some new ideas about this actually though too. So I'm really glad we're going to dig into more of this today.
Oh, super. Well, I would love to hear some of those as well. So let's see where this takes us. So let's first talk about, this idea of, okay, a lot of people say, well, I just want to make sure that I post the best or like, I'd rather have, quality versus quantity, right? But here's the problem with that. Who is the judge of quality? Sometimes the judge of quality is just you, is your brain, your mind. Because as far as I'm concerned, I have never met the social media or Instagram judge of quality, who sits on a throne and is looking at, no, not good one. Yes, good one. Not good one. Not good, right? I've never met him or met her. So I have no idea who that is. And if such a person is out there, I would love to meet that person because that used to be me. I was worried about that judge of social media. Like, is this post good enough, right? Did I say it good enough? Is the image good enough? Is it? And a lot of times, that prevented me from showing up because I thought, well, it's the quality that matters. And I think that was my excuse for not showing up, right? With
Mhm.
the excuse of, well, quality is really, and I'm not saying, of course, not to look at quality. It's important to look at your lighting and make sure that you're not misspelling every word and things of that nature, the kind of like the basics. But I think once you pass the basics, the bottom line where you, and then off beyond that, I think quality is something that really cannot be accounted for. So what do you think of that?
Mhm. I think that inner critic in us maybe speaks a little too loudly when it comes to how we judge the quality of the work. I think more like a better question might be like, is this engaging? Am I creating
Mm-hmm.
connection? Am I, sharing a part of me that feels authentic? And
Right.
lately I've been thinking about it like, what if I was a little kid And I was like,
Uh,
hey, look at this. You know how little kids are like, hey, check this out. Hey, look at this. Watch me do this or whatever. And
yeah.
you don't see any of that sort of inhibition. And I thought,
Mm,
what would it look like if I showed up that way? And so I
yeah.
kind of ask myself those questions before I share, because what it does is it just kind of takes all that pressure off and it
Yeah.
makes it more light and fun. And that's what social media is supposed to be out and about anyway. So why not
Right.
bring that same energy to it?
Yeah, I love that. And I think you've been doing that, also with your Instagram stories, showing those behind the scenes on the river walk or things like that, where you say, well, that's not an art post per se, right? But however, it's like what you said is like the behind the scenes, like the thing that shows who you really are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, we're afraid to show that. And I love that. I love when I'm going through my stories and like, oh, there's Beth, walking through a really beautiful trail, right? And you found the river, or you're doing something with lights, or stuff like that. Again, I think that is really cool and allows me, on this side to be a little bit on the journey that you're on. And I think
Mm-hmm.
for our friends, as well, again, we had talked about like use your Instagram feed for the things that matter to your art, like your art stuff. But then your Instagram stories, that's open territory, right? To explore the things and you don't have to overthink them. You can just, what I'm doing right now, is it authentic? Yes, it is. Okay, boom, it passed the test. Let's put it out there.
That's so true. I think that, we're not one dimensional people. Like we
Right.
have so many beautiful sides to ourselves. And I think our audience connects with us because of that. And so it's one thing to be like, I'm totally on brand. I've got my whole, outline ready to go and it looks super polished and great. And like, fine, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Live up to those standards. But like, that's, in the long run, it's really hard to stay with it, to sustain that sort of level. I
Yeah.
think, it's great to like know what kind of post you want to make, have some sort of strategy, like
Mm-hmm.
fall within those lines, but also
Right.
feel like you can color outside those lines as
Right.
well. Because I think those surprising posts are like, oh, I didn't know they did that. Or, oh, that's really interesting. I connect with that too. I think it
Right.
just makes us like want to know more about an individual when they start to even open up and show you more. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that, and I think that's also kind of a great segue into the next thing that I want to talk about. Is that sometimes we don't post because we think, oh, I already posted that, I already said that, I already shared that, and we have this pressure that every post has to be something new, something that
mm,
we're doing in this very moment. And again, there's nobody checking out there, being the judge of social media. No, that's another one. Nobody's doing that, right? And it's just our brain. And I used to do that, and then I started thinking, well, wait a minute, but I have posted this before. Maybe it's exactly the same picture, and that doesn't mean everybody saw it. Actually, just a small fraction of people saw it. And
mm-hmm,
I enjoy sometimes when I'm looking and I see a picture that I already saw before, because now I get to see it again, right?
mm,
Of course, you don't want to post the same picture over and over and over, for the next 5 days. However, bringing some of your very content that you already have back into life is a great thing, and it's
mm-hmm.
particularly for those days in which we're busy. In which even if you have a plan, sometimes like you cannot keep up with the plan, right? Bring some of those good old gems that you have in your post, hundreds of posts that we have made. I think last week, mostly because I've been in my studio working on priming, canvas and stuff like that. So there's really nothing cool to show about a prime canvas. So I've been
Uh-huh.
resharing content I already have. So, just give it a new context on things that I might say about it, but it's the same post, and the interaction is great. Because just
Mm-hmm.
because we posted one doesn't mean everybody saw it. So I think that also can help our friends, feel that relief of being able to reuse the content we have. You bet have great
Mm-hmm.
content. I have great content. All friends have great content that we have posted in the past, and we think that because we posted it, everybody already saw it. Oh, I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
repetitive, but that becomes a mindset block that prevents us.
Yeah, one of the easiest things you can do is repurpose old
Yeah.
content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all part of storytelling. We tell stories about things that happened to us in the past. We can share images about things that happened to us or things that we did in the past. And I think it's just as equally as interesting. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
always have to be brand new and exciting. And I think maybe sometimes that keeps us from actually showing up more because we feel
Right.
like we have to have the brand new, shiny new thing that we got to show everybody. But really, like, that in itself takes so much time and energy and effort that that's why it maybe like drains us from posting anything at all, because who can keep up with that?
Exactly. Sometimes, here's the thing. If I cannot remember what I posted, how could our friends who are watching, our audience, can remember what we posted? Right? If we cannot keep up with ourselves, how our audience is not the only thing that they're doing, just following us. They're following hundreds of other people too. So hopefully this episode can free us up. It really made a huge difference for me. It got me from, posting, sporadically to I post multiple times a day. And a lot of it is just repurposed content, which I want to share with people. And every time I share it, I get people who have never seen it before, and they comment like they have never seen it before because they have never seen it before, precisely. So that's the kind of like the second thing, right? You are overthinking your post. And the last thing also that I want to comment on this is overthinking the caption, right? Overthinking like the perfect words, are these like the perfect words? And I know a lot of people who spend a lot of time writing a caption, removing it, retyping it again, deleting it, posting it, change my mind, delete it. That used to be me back, at some point. And I had to get over that and say, you know what? I'm just going to share, like you said, with authenticity. What am I thinking about? This is kind of what I always think when I make a post. What would I tell to somebody if I send this picture? I think about the one, not the many. And what kind of little nugget or story can I say about it? And that's it. Type
that's a great idea.
Send it, and forget about it. Otherwise, I will be coming back and deleting it and editing it and changing it and perhaps not even posting it.
Oh my gosh. See what our minds can do to us. Like when all we're trying to do is create connection, and we're creating all these barriers to that.
Yeah.
And really you could just say, I like this picture. I don't really know what to say, but hey, I think you guys are awesome. I appreciate all my followers, and for everyone, like, have a great day. It's
exactly.
Just like you said, like, how would you say this in a text? Or
right.
How would you share with like one person? I think that almost like takes that big picture and makes it so small that it makes it actionable, so that we don't get limited by, oh, what should I do next? Or how am I, it's like, no, how would you say this? And does it feel like it's something you want to say? And did you say it the way that you want to say?
Right.
Yeah, these are great tips.
Yeah. And then just to end, actually last week, I did a post where I was a repost where one piece of content that I had before, I reposted, and I couldn't think of the caption. And again, I didn't want to overthink and stay there forever. So I literally said, I know I have posted this before, but probably you may have never seen it. So let me know if you saw it, say yes. If you've never seen it, say no. I got a bunch of comments. So
perfect.
Just that, right? Being honest, like, yeah, I don't even remember. So that's it. So my friends, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully this frees you up. And this week, give it a try. Just give it a try. Just go at it. Maybe right now, make your next post. And you can tag us. Hey, Sergio and Beth told me to not overthinking it. So here it goes. And if you tag us, we'll probably reshare it also in our story. So Beth, what kind of friends tag you and find you on social media?
On Facebook and Instagram at Best English. I'm usually on Instagram the most, though. Yeah. And all the other platforms. But if you get a chance, make sure you send me a message, because I'd love to talk to you about what's been going on. So what about you, Sergio?
Absolutely. And your friends can find me at Sergio Gomez Art on all my social medias too. We'd love to connect. Tag us if out of this episode you create a post thinking about this, tag us on it, and we'll be happy to comment on it. So thanks, my friends. Have a great day. And I'll see you next Wednesday, Beth. Have an awesome trip. We'll see you in Nashville. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye.